Alan Crump, if it comes down to, I've never seen F tagging as the abbreviation for franchise tag, but I like it. Jones or Cooper, who do you tag? You guys know by now I'm a big fan of both. I'd probably lean more towards Amari Cooper. It's not great options for either, but I really don't want Cooper to hit the open market. That's the one contract I think could get really out of control, maybe more so versus Byron Jones. So of the two, I would rather franchise tag Amari Cooper. Of course, Stephen Jones recently called Dak Prescott priority number 1. Cooper was number 2. And I think it's very reasonable to then assume that Byron Jones becomes priority number 3, given his age and everything else. All right, Leroy Pearson Jr. Okay, so let's go over these. Got some money. I have to make sure I got my average per year right. Would this be a fair offer for Dak and Cooper? 4 years, $140 million. Okay. $30 million at signing, $119 million guaranteed. And then 5 years, $85 million for Amari Cooper. Okay, so Dak comes in at $35 million per year. Honestly, I don't think you have to go that high. I think you can find a compromise somewhere that's a little bit lower than that. Not that you're arguing there much over $1 million or $2 million. That puts him at number 1. And if you get it done before Mahomes and Watson, you come back in 2 years, you go, wow, that's not even that bad of a deal. I mean, you guys remember when Derek Carr signed and was one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, and now he's super cheap? That's how contracts work. As for Amari, that was $17 million per year. I think that's about right. I'd prefer that deal than I would making Dak highest paid quarterback in the NFL, tied for it. You can do it. It gives me a little bit of pause. In the end, I'd rather have the deal. Like if it comes down to $35 million or waiting until next year for Dak, I'm gonna do the $35 million, because if you wait and he plays well again, all of a sudden it's 38 and you just wasted $2 million. Like, that's not a great route to go. All right, Joseph, if we re-sign Dak, Cooper, Jones, and Quinn and pay cut Crawford, how much cap space will we have? It depends on what the money looks like. So let's say you operate at $90 million. And I'm going to round up on the Dak, Cooper, Jones, Quinn deals, knowing, of course, you will structure it in a way that the current year is actually lower than the average. So you start at 90, let's say 34 for Dak, let's say 17 for Amari, let's say you get Byron Jones in at 14, let's say Robert Quinn signs for 11. In that scenario, you've still got about $10 million, and you can do other deals. You can structure the contracts in a way. You can restructure other deals. So you can make it work if you're the Dallas Cowboys. The question is that the route you want to go, and do you want to maintain flexibility instead? Those are the discussions the Cowboys have to make. Life in the salary cap world's tough. The Cowboys, though, can make it work for any one individual player if that's a route they really want to go. Now, it is Pro Bowl week and Senior Bowl week, so let me know in the comments, which bowl is better? You can type B if you want to go with Burrito Bowl as well. I hate the Pro Bowl. I think it's dumb. I think it's silly. I don't care about it at all. The Senior Bowl, I care a heck of a lot more about. So I am typing in my S's. But everyone watching live right now on YouTube and on Facebook, type in your votes. I see more S's coming in right now, and since I mentioned the Burrito Bowl, I see some B's coming in as well. All right, Tyler Hill, what do you think about bringing in Dez Bryant as a red zone only receiving tight end? Tyler, check the channel. Our most recent rumors video kind of dove into this idea. Look, I'm down to bring in Dez on a 1-year deal with no guaranteed money. I really am. But Dez is not the same guy. Like the last time we saw him on this team, the red zone wasn't that great. It didn't work for whatever reason with Dak Prescott. Some guys have better chemistry. Dez and Dak never meshed in the same way that Gallup and Dak meshed, or Dez and Romo meshed. So you can try it. I'm down on a 1-year deal with no guaranteed money, but I'm also not going to just bring in a red zone jump ball guy and force it to him. I would use a lot more of the inside of it. So I'm down to explore with Dez Bryant, but I'm also not assuming that Dez is going to come in and instantly be prime Dez. I think that's a pretty unlikely outcome there for the Cowboys. All right, Dallas Ware, what's the probability of Witten going to the Giants? Also, check our most recent rumors video. It is an option. I am very curious to see what ends up happening with Jason Witten. I think it makes some sense for him to go to the Giants because Jason Garrett's there. He wants to keep playing. It's kind of like when Emmett went to the Arizona Cardinals. It feels wrong, but also I don't want Witten back in the same role. Like, I don't want that. He's a legend. Cowboys, Ring of Honor lock, Hall of Famer for sure, but I don't want him back with the same role. It wasn't effective for the Cowboys. All right, Winson Shan using Harrison Graham's profile picture, and it looks kind of scary, frankly. Would you bring in Zane Gonzalez to compete with Kai Forbath? I'm down to bring in a lot of different kickers. If the Cowboys are doing this right, then Kai Forbath is guaranteed nothing. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what the point of it is because we have to learn our lesson, right? Lesson we learned from Brett Maher. You got a young, cheap kicker? Don't assume anything. Bring in extra competition because if he sucks, you got to be able to move on quickly and not drag your feet forever. Speaking of dragging your feet, don't do that this Valentine's Day. I got a deal for you guys from Pro Flowers. It's chatsports.com/flowers. That link will save you 15% off flowers and gifts. Do not get caught in the doghouse this holiday or this Valentine's Day. Get your wife, your girlfriend, your mom, whatever, a gift right now so it's out of the way. And that way, also not having to do the rush shipping and paying extra. chatsports.com/flowers. Check the description. Check the comments. The link is in there. 15% off this Valentine's Day on flowers and gifts. Mario, what's your theory on Donovan Wilson? I haven't really done it on the show yet because I keep pushing it back. The Cowboys think he's a free safety, and therefore he does not play. Which is, I don't know if I agree with that, but they continuously did not play him in the box and at strong safety. They kept throwing him in there over at the free safety spot behind Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods was mostly healthy, therefore he never played. All right, Danny, cut Crawford to save $8 million or not? What's your answer? I would like to see if I can get him in on a restructured deal. Can I take the $8 million in savings? That's his base salary. Instead of having that $8 million base salary, can I talk him down to $4 or so and get him in for half the price? The Cowboys kind of did that with Sean Lee. I think a similar option there makes sense for the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll see there, Danny, but I don't want Crawford back at his current price tag. That's not something I'm interested in. But if he wants to take a pay cut, I'm very much on board with that. All right, KNightmare DC4L. Would you rather draft a tight end early or a wide receiver early? Isn't tight end a bigger need? We still got D. Smith and Cedric Wilson on the roster. Yeah, but I'm not banking on Devin Smith or Cedric Wilson doing anything for you. I would trust Blake Jarwin more. They're both needs, but if you lose Randall Cobb or you lose Amari Cooper, receiver by far is a bigger need. If you retain both of those guys, well then at that point, I think that going with a tight end might actually end up making more sense for the Dallas Cowboys. All right, Shakes the Finest, 2021st, 2023rd, and 5th rounders and Chidobe Awuzie for Jamal Adams. If you were to make it a 2020 first rounder, then I think that might make a little bit more sense for the Jets, but I don't think they're going to trade away their best player for a future first that's typically valued as 1 round lower, so they'd be doing it as, let's just say, even be nice, the 32nd overall pick, because you need to offer a little bit more, I think. Speaking of Jamal Adams, we got some trade targets coming up later this week for you guys. What would you offer up to get Jamal Adams? Let me know in the comments section what you guys would offer to get Jamal Adams on your team. As a reminder, I think it has to begin with a first round pick. I think if you go less than that, you're not going to end up getting what you want there. That's not going to be the route that the Cowboys or the Jets are going to be willing to do, because they got to get something of value there for Jamal Adams. All right, Val Castillo. If Cowboys drafted Delpit, is it better than signing someone like Clinton-Dix, Bell, or Joseph? It's a great question. It depends on what route you want to go. I feel better long-term about having a safety drafted. I think Delpit is a better player than maybe Karl Joseph right now, but you have to look at it this way. What's better, going with Grant Delpit signing a safety, or going with like a Javon Kinlaw or a cornerback, and having to not have that safety in position. So it's a tough toss-up there. Of the two, depending on how the board breaks down, I'd probably like to bring in somebody at safety because I worry a little bit about Delpit actually making it to you. Of course, I'm worried about all of that right now. So I don't have a great answer there for you, Val. Check back in a couple of weeks here once free agency really begins. All right, Javian Gonzales, what is the draft heavy on this year? Is there a position we can wait on? I think for sure you are able to wait on going with the receiver position. I think that is a spot you're absolutely able to wait on. Like, there's so much depth at receiver. You can find a later round receiver who can make an impact for you. Maybe it's out of the slot with like a Devin Duvernay. So I would say wait on receiver. Find your defensive help a little bit earlier if you're the Cowboys. All right, everyone, if you want to stay up to date on the Cowboys draft rumors, on free agency, on trades, on news, on everything, subscribe today. Nobody will keep you more updated than us here at the Cowboys Report. Hit that big red button only if you're a real Cowboys fan. Got a lot of those Eagles fans hanging out sometimes in the live chat, which is always strange to me. So if you're a Cowboys fan, hit that big red button and subscribe today. I promise you, no one is more updated here on the Dallas Cowboys. All right, Alex Campa, should we let go of Byron and re-sign Dak and Cooper and let go of Jarwin and draft Thaddeus Moss? I would prefer to keep Byron. We've talked about Dak and Cooper a lot here on the show, in fact. You don't have to let go of Blake Jarwin. I don't mind drafting Thaddeus Moss maybe starting round 3 just for value purposes there. Jarwin is a restricted free agent. You can keep him. He is going to be very cheap for you next year. So you can still take that Thaddeus Moss and keep Jarwin. There's no reason to force yourself to be thinner at tight end by letting go of Jarwin right now. All right, Trell, shouldn't we blitz more next season? I would hope so. You've got some linebackers who can do it, namely Jalen Smith. You've got some corners who can do it as well. Mike Nolan will be a little bit more multiple, so I think you'll see some more creativity on that side of the football. And yes, I would like to see the Dallas Cowboys blitz a little bit more just based on what they've been able to do overall relative to the Chris Richard. All right, Michael Beers, do you think Javon Kinlaw falls to us? I think a lot of that depends on when Derek Brown is drafted. If Derek Brown goes inside the top 8, top 7, or the Lions straight down and then take him, Kinlaw probably gets pushed up a little bit earlier. If Derek Brown slides, I think that helps Kinlaw. The team I'm worried about the most, by the way, looking around pick 13, if I remember correctly, that's the Indianapolis Colts. They could be a real threat there. The Jags could take him as well. He left the Senior Bowl, had some knee tendonitis, I think it was there. That's worth monitoring, but he's definitely one of the Cowboys' top and should be one of their top targets in the draft. TKG wants to know who I have winning the Super Bowl. It feels wrong to say this because they were a rival way back when. I am going to take the underdog here. I'm going to take the 49ers. I think they're going to be able to pull it off. I think that defense is so legit, they'll be able to stop Mahomes enough. Relatively speaking, of course, he's still going to get his. But let me know what you guys think. Type C for the Chiefs and 4 for the 49ers. C for the Chiefs, 4 for the 49ers. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. And if you're feeling good about one of those bets, head over to BetDSI. It's chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. That's chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. You're not going to find a better betting deal out there than the one on BetDSI. Chatsports.com/bet. The promo code again is Cowboys120. All right, from Max7220, do you think Dak will hold out if a deal isn't done before next season? I don't think so. I don't think that's the route the Dak's going to go. I would be kind of surprised if that's the decision here for Dak. I don't think it's a good route for him to go either. All right, skate park. Any info on the new receivers coach? Adam Henry is the guy there. I don't really know if a whole lot about him right now. We'll see how the players adjust to him, but we'll have to wait and see there. All right, Jackson Grace with the super chat. Dez at the Star. Dez is at the Star. Yes and no. Dez is working out with his receivers coach, David Robinson. He is at the Star, but the Star is big. Like, he's inside. He's not, like, with the Cowboys. So he's working out there, yes, but this is not a Cowboys workout. So, again, guys, the Star is massive. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of you guys have been there. He's huge. It's a huge area. So, yes, Dez is working out there. He still lives in Dallas. He's going to go to the best practice area he can find. But this is not a Dez Bryant workout for the Cowboys. Like, I mean, you can get a gym membership there. Like, so just because Dez is there does not mean he's working out for the Cowboys. I just want to make that clear. He is working out at the Star, but not working out for the Dallas Cowboys, just so that adds clarity to the whole situation right there. Plus, the Cowboys coaching staff is not paying attention right now. They got a lot of other stuff to actually work on. All right, Ryan, what should Dallas do at backup quarterback? I like the idea of signing a vet, not to mentor Dak, but to have someone who isn't a disaster if something happens. I agree. Check out the channel, Ryan. We posted our free agent targets yesterday. I got some quarterbacks in there, or a quarterback in there. I like the idea of a vet. At this point, the Cowboys are committed to not spending money on the backup to spend it elsewhere. Right now, if Dak goes down, your season's cooked. Like, that's not great. That's really not a great route there for the Dallas Cowboys. I would like to find a vet. I don't want to throw a lot of money. John mentions Case Keenum. Could be an option. I also wouldn't mind drafting somebody else. Yeah, Mike White sucked, but a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick on a quarterback, that's always a worthwhile gamble to me. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.